Hello. Hi. Good evening, everyone from UK. Myself, Beena. I work as a nurse in UK. I'm originally from India. And I started this online journey 4 years ago. And I got Molly with me. We started this series called Dream Beyond Borders. And today we have Tina from UK. And yes, Tina. So it is so happy to see you, Tina, because I think you started the business before we started. And when we started the business, we could see your journey coming from, how it has progressed and how
Wow.
your life has changed from that corporate world to the
Oh, big
business
time.
world,
Big
so
time.
yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, ladies, I mean, thank you. First of all, thank you for inviting me here. It's an absolute pleasure. And I've got to say, I knew you were in the UK, Beena, but
Yeah.
Molly, I didn't know you were too. So, why we haven't met up before, I'll never know. But yeah, my life has completely changed from 6 years ago. Completely changed. And I've changed.
Yes, yeah.
I've changed.
I mean, like, we could see the changes in you, how you have transformed. I'm not talking about financially, I'm talking about personally, how you have developed yourself. It's a massive change in you. That's all I can say.
I think I think from my side of things, I mean, we all start this business. We all have a why we start this business, and all our whys are different. Mine was my health, corporate burnout, missing time on my family, and being a Molly, I mean, all the hours you work in corporate and nursing and all that rest of it, you have very little time left for your family, but also you've got very little time left for you as a
Yeah.
person. And I think I lost myself. Well, I know I lost myself. And because this business made me realize who I actually was and what
Yeah.
was inside of me. I think my husband thinks he's got a new wife, because, I just have completely just changed, Yeah. And it's because of the growth.
Yeah.
That's very true, Tina, because when I was I'm still working as a nurse. Years ago, before I joined this business, when I come to home, I am, I'm so calm at work, at the workplace. I'm so calm, smiling, and I'm very good with my patients and colleagues. But when I get home, I'm not the Molly you have seen. I'm so angry. I'm so stressed, and my husband and my son are really scared to approach me because they have to look at my face to see what mood I am in. But this has actually changed.
But that's so true. And, many people will relate to that, Molly, because it's the case of you have to put this facade on, and especially in the jobs you ladies do, you have to put a facade on, but also you have to like wear two hats. So you have the hat of the nurse and the professional, and I was that corporate, and then you get home and you try and change the hat to the mother, the wife, all the domestic side of things, but you're that wound up in your day that it takes a good few hours before you actually want to talk to anybody.
I know. Tina, what always makes me, I think, I know so many people can relate to this. When you come home, the sink is full of plates and mugs and everything. That is what makes me upset. Like you say, first I have to go and change and clear that part. Until then, I don't talk to anyone.
It's true, but Mina, and this is a bit of fun now, guys, and those women who are watching might get this. But when you have a dishwasher, okay, and you come home and you've got the house is full, and everybody's had their tea and you're in late, and the plates are on top of the side, not even in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Not even loaded. They're just there. And they're waiting. They've got Tina's name on it, ready for you to load. It's so true. Oh, yeah. I remember those days well. I remember them well. But
yeah, like you said, Molly, even me, I don't get upset like I used to be. I have to say that, the business has changed my personality in a way not to take too negative things on the heart, and let go. You need to let go of all that.
And
Yes.
I think that's, I mean, we're three women here who've been empowered by this business. But if you look at the whole community, 266,000 plus people globally.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you ladies, but when I started 6 years ago, it was 30,000.
Yeah.
So
When I started, it was 76,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you think how it's grown exponentially across those years, because more and more people want to change in their lives, more and more people want to find something that's going to give them that time freedom.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's great having the career, and it's great having the job, but I think we all get to a certain stage where we think, am I just on this earth to pay bills and die? Am I on this earth to have to beg for time off?
Yeah.
And try and build a retirement pension, where you guys know now in the UK it's not worth that, and you just think, no, that there's more to life. What we're put on the earth for, and thankfully it took me to the age of 57, and I just wish I'd found it sooner, but I found exactly where I want to be in this life now, and what I want to do, and that's helping people to change their lives because of this business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm really grateful, because when I joined this business, my intention was to get money. But then when you become part of this community, it's not just about the money. The changes, having holistically the changes you are having, you start loving yourself, and the people around start noticing the changes, and it's amazing. And the our communities, wow. Amazing community, people like you, Tina. I always, when I see you smiling, laughing in your page, dancing, and it's like,
I'm just being, but that's the beauty of it. And you ladies will be a testament to this, that when we go online, because people are frightened of being online, aren't they? And that I'm not putting my face out there. I don't want to do that. I'm not a social media person. But the reality is, guys, you probably spend more time on social media than we do, scrolling through, commenting, like birthday messages, seeing what other people are up to. But the fact is that all you have to be online is yourself.
Like you said, Tina, people always say that, oh, I don't have time to do the business. I don't have time to do the business. But every time when we post something on the social media, they have the time to see, but they don't have the time to do the business, because you say, I'm not a social media person. I don't have time, but you are doing the two things.
Yeah. Exactly. We don't think about that, and it is that if you sat down, guys, and for those of you who end up watching the replay here, and if you sat down and worked out from the time you got up in the morning to the time you go to bed of a night, how many hours you spend on social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, whatever you do, work it out. And I bet you it's about 3 to 4 hours scrolling.
Yeah, definitely.
In the whole day. And yet you could actually put that to good use and earn an income from it by plugging in 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
So Tina, let me ask you one thing. If you were working in your corporate world, now you are actually traveling all around the world.
Yeah.
And you are actually talking about the mindset to maybe something like 2,000 people, isn't it, at a time?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because if you were in a corporate job, I don't think you will be anywhere.
So if you'd have said to me 6 years ago, Molly, right, in 6 years' time, Tina, you'll be traveling the world, you'll be talking to people on stage about mindset and law of attraction, I'd have said, get out of town. Get out of here. There's no way I would ever be doing that. But I am. And the beauty is that I found myself through this business, and I found my niche. I found a passion and a purpose of what I have to help people with their mindset, because our minds are horrendous. The way they play around with this, oh, look at little boy, the way they play around with our mind. We are our own worst enemy. When you say, I can't do this or I can do this. And I hope you're listening, little one, for your future. Never listen to your mind, listen to your heart. But it's true, you know, and it can actually put us off doing something incredible because we doubt ourselves. And when I started the business, I started at a very low place because I was burnt out in corporate. And I literally realized I had to work on me every single day to get where I am today. And I never knew I had that strength inside of me. I never knew I had that passion and purpose to speak to people on stage.
Yeah.
You know, and I honestly think probably the defining point for me, and I'm not dropping names here, ladies, but the biggest, I think, win in such a way for me to actually make me realize that, wow, Tina, yes, you can do this, was last year in San Diego when we were at the convention and Jay Shetty was a guest.
Yeah.
And I remember getting up and I was so nervous. I was shaking like a leaf to ask him a question. And I said, you know, I am going on stage. I've not done it before, but I feel as I want to do it. And he said to me, if you're nervous, carry on being nervous. Because when you're nervous, when you're worried, when you're scared, it shows you care. And I'll never forget those words. And that carried me through everything I do now, you know, and that was the biggest. My husband was cheering in the background, giving it loads. And I was like, oh my God, I've spoken to Jay Shetty. Oh my God. That's when he said to me, if you're scared, if you get butterflies, if you're nervous, it shows you care. And that I carry that with me. Yeah. So I never, every time I do go on stage now, or I go on a mindset, law of attraction presentation with our community, yes, I get shaky. Yes, I get a bit hot and bothered under the collar, you know. Yes, my knees shake under the table. But I always keep saying to myself, it's because you care. And once I start, I'm out there, you know, I'm doing it.
And even when you think about really, you know, even when we go to work every single day, you do the same job every day, yet you get nervous, you know, like tomorrow I have to go to work and I start to think from this evening, you know, what's going to happen tomorrow, you know, what I have to face, you know, we all get that. That is natural, but that helps you.
It does. Yeah, it does.
You know, that anxiety helps you.
It does. And you have that. I think it's a defense mechanism inside of us. You know, it's that fright or flight, is it called? Or fear or flight?
Yeah.
And it does kick in, but that's what pushes you forward. And when you think about what we do as a business and what each individual, all of us here do, we all felt fearful when we started. We all felt scared. We all felt doubtful and not so, do you know something? Not even so doubtful to say that, am I going to be able to do this? But doubtful, what if I do succeed? How's that going to look? You know, we all have that human trait in us, if you like. But it's tapping into it and saying, I am capable of doing whatever I want to do in this world. Otherwise, why would I be here?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You know,
that's what I thought as well when I found about this business. You know, so many people are successful. So if they can do, why not I? And then as Tina was saying about the butterflies in your stomach, you know, like I was a bit nervous and I invited you to come to live on our page. But then, like, you know, like since yesterday evening, I was getting nervous. Oh, is Tina coming? But you see, now we're having so much of laugh and it feels like, you know, we know each other for years now.
Exactly. But we do that, don't we? We do that, you know. And it's like, I mean, we were talking the other day and, you know, I said to my husband, when I think back in the day, talking about Christmas and New Year, you know, it was a case of booking that time off, having that time. And then you take 2 to 3 days to just relax and chill into the relaxation mode. And then you've got 2 or 3 days dreading going back. So it's that thought of that restriction on your life. And yet now it's a case of, because I'm a job quitter and I'm corporate free, it's like my time's my own. And I even said today, what day is it today? I couldn't for the life of me think what day it was. And when I think I used to live by the clock, you know, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, it is great. It is great. And Tina, you know, like you've been like I said in the beginning, you started before us, and how much importance we need to give in our business. How consistent you have to be, in our business.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Totally 100%. Because at the end of the day, you've just said it, it's your business, and if you're not consistent, if you're not persistent, and if you don't keep that why forefront and in your head, what are you going to get out of it? I mean, when I first started being, and my social media posts were awful. Absolutely. When I look back, but the difference was that I was consistent. I never stopped posting. I never stopped putting myself out there. And it's like the old saying, if just say you hadn't started this business, Bina, and you wanted to start, and you were looking at somebody's business page and you saw them there, say, appear one day, and then you didn't see them for a week, would you trust that person?
No, because this is, the way I look at it is like, this is our shop, this is our online shop. And if you are not open, people can't come in.
That's it. And there's no difference between that and the traditional business. Would you shut up shop for a week and not let anybody in and not let customers in? Absolutely not. So showing up is creating that trust and showing people that you're real, that you have started an amazing business, and you share that opportunity everywhere. And people even say, well, what is this business? And all I say to them is a business in a box. You are online, you are a social media marketer, and we provide all the tools, the processes, the systems. I said, we create your funnel for you, create your website. It's a business in a box. And we teach you all those social marketing skills. So if you look at the three of us now, are we the same women who started 4 years ago, 6 years ago? No, we're completely different. Because, and you can tell by the smiles on your faces, ladies, we are completely different because we have not only learned all the tools, the processes, the marketing skills, but we have learned who we are and be empowered as women, and it's not just women, obviously, but the three of us are here. As women, we're empowered and we are in control of our lives.
That reminds me, yesterday, Tina, I had a potential buyer who I was chatting on the WhatsApp. And when he saw my profile picture, he said, you don't look 50. I said, that's because of my business.
I love that. I said, you can come again. But it is true. I know when you think about it, and have you ever looked at old pictures of yourself before you started the business? And I remember my coach Franco took a picture of me on my coaching call, and I looked awful because I was burnt out. I was stressed. It looked awful. And I look at myself now and I think, wow, the difference. Yeah. I'm 63 and I feel more alive now than I did 6 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a business that can change your life. And we do provide you with everything. I was quite blown away when I saw what we had in this community and when I watched that webinar over and over again before I took that leap of faith. And when I took that leap of faith, and I thought, boy, yeah, I have people who want me to succeed. I have somebody who covers my back technically every day. And I have my business model built for me personally. What could you ask for?
Yeah. We don't have to worry about anything and not technical things. We just have to, everything is done for you. As you said, business in a box.
It is. That's what it is. And it's about being yourself, all the bloopers, all the messy things you do. And I mean, when I first started, the worst thing that I had to get over was going live.
Yeah.
And it was that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're live. And I just remember there was 2 times. That first time I did a go live and I thought it was amazing. And then I realized I put the wrong sound on. So there was no sound on the video, on the live. I was mortified. I had to delete it. And then the second time, in fact, it was the third time as well. Then the second time I'd pressed the button before I was even ready. And I hadn't done my hair. I had grey roots down here. So all I had was my head down. You could see all my roots. So I was like, nightmare. And then the third time I was walking along a beach talking about how beautiful the day was, talking about what a lovely October day. And somebody messaged me afterwards and said, Tina, we're in September. Are we? But I left it on because it was real, you know, and we do mess up. You know, who doesn't? We're human.
Yeah.
Yeah, many things, you know, especially I think, you know, Tina, I never been a social media person, and like you said, doing live was one of the worst thing for me in a way, you know, to build that confidence. Many times I start, stop, I don't know how to connect, and, you know, people are waiting on the other end, and sometimes I had to cancel it.
You know, and how many times, you know, when you do ads, because obviously we teach you how to advertise, how many videos have you done before you said, right, that's the right one? You know, 20, 30, 40, let's get it right, you know, but it's that's where the growth comes in. That's where you become that person who,
and that and that is the reason we have this community to help us to support each other, you know.
yeah. And that community, I would say, probably has been the backbone of my success. That without this community, ladies, I wouldn't have been where I am today.
And we are so happy for you, you know, Tina, because you are the one who take lead for all our, like, you know, whatever happens in Europe, all the gather and grow and all these, the mastermind and, you know, all sort of things, you know. And we are so proud of you.
Yeah.
What you do for us.
I think, you know, and I'm so grateful for that comment, and I'm grateful for everything. Let me just turn this off. I'm grateful for everything that this community's given me and the friendships I've made as well. But I think that I did and I do all this within the community because I want to give back to a community that's given me so much. And I think that's the blessing with this. And I would honestly say I'd never used that word a lot before I started this business, you know, because I never had time to be grateful because I was working all the time. And I think now I have the time to say, wow, look what I've got. You know, look at the freedom I've got. Look at the family I've got. Look at everything I have, my health, you know, and wealth and happiness. So, yeah, grateful every single day.
That's true, Tina. Before, when I came to this business, we used to say thank you. I don't know how much we actually mean the thank you. But coming to this business, we learned the meaning of gratitude. And when you say thank you, you have to feel it from your heart. And so I learned everything from this business. And Tina, you are one of the people that me and Bina always tell we would like to see you in person. And that's going to happen soon.
Oh, I know. Rock on Dublin. Oh, fabulous.
Yeah.
We should have a physical hug then. Now we can have a virtual hug. Then we should have a physical hug.
Yeah. I mean, do you know, all I would say to anybody who's going to watch this or watch the replay is just say, at the end of the day, we're looking for people who are serious about working online, you know, people who actually really want to make a difference, and not just to themselves, but to other people's lives as well. You know, waking up with a passion and a purpose for what you want to do in this world. This is a business that can give you what you want by helping others to give them what they want. And I think that anybody who's watching this replay, connect with us, guys, you know, connect with Bina and Molly, myself, just check us out. Because nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you, Molly and Tina, for this you know, mind-blowing discussion. And we will come back again next week with somebody else. Our favorite topic, dream beyond borders. And that is why we are here for, you know, dream beyond borders. That does make a lot of difference in people's life.
Yeah.
And, you know, it is not about dreaming when you are sleeping. It is about dreaming when you are walking around. So
yeah, absolutely. But always remember, when you have a big dream, it needs action.
Yeah.
It doesn't just fall out of the sky and hit you on the head, guys.
Yeah.
It
No.
means take action to make that dream real.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. And thank you for watching us. Thank you for supporting us. And we'll see you again.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.